Hi, my name is Jim Rattan, and I'm going to be talking to you about backing up the files on your personal computer. You ever worried about what would happen to your personal files if the network failed, or your computer just died, or perhaps you got a virus or something like that on your computer? Well, I'm going to show you a really simple way to make sure those files are safe, and then you won't have to be as worried. The first thing you're going to want to do is get something to back up those files to. And I'm going to show you a couple examples here. First one is a flash drive. These are smaller. They come in like 256 megabytes all the way up to like 8 gigabytes. This is probably a good size for the amount of data that we want to back up, which would be personal files from your computer. A bigger option, in case you have lots and lots of data that you need to back up, would be an external hard drive. These can get quite a bit bigger, up to like 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, stuff like that. That's really a lot of information. You're probably going to be fine with a flash drive. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure all your files are centrally located. You probably have files all over your computer, don't know exactly what is where, what needs to be backed up. First, make sure you have them all together, probably in one folder, just to make it easy on yourself. And once you have all that ready, I will show you how to make a backup. First, you put in your device into the computer, and then if you'll follow along with the handout that I gave you, I will show you how to make a backup. So the first thing you want to do, like it shows you on your handout there, you want to go to All Programs, Accessories, System Tools, and then you'll see an icon for backup. When you click on that, it's going to start a backup wizard. A wizard is a little program that basically walks you through how to do something. I'm going to give you some pointers though to make sure that you're doing it correctly and that you have everything set up. So this is just the first welcome screen. You can click on Next. First thing it asks you to do is, what do you want to do? Do you want to make a backup or restore? I'm going to get to restore later. That's a very important process, but first we need to back up our files. So we click on Next. It asks what you want to back up. The default settings are for quite a bit of large information, like all of my documents and settings, things like browser cookies and stuff like that. We don't want to back up that much. That's a big job. We just want to back up some personal files that we change a lot on a day-to-day basis. So you want to choose the bottom option, which is let me choose what to back up. And then you click on Next. It's going to give you a little screen here so you can find the documents that you want to back up. So we go to the folder where we put everything, and I have it here labeled as Jim. You just put a little check mark next to there and put Next, and you're good to go. Next, it's going to ask you where you want to back it up to. You just put the backup drive in there. So you look here, and it actually automatically found my little drive to back it up to. If you need to find it, you can choose Browse and locate it in my computer. It's also going to ask you to name your backup. Something easy to remember, like backup personal files, is probably a good choice. Once you have that set, click Next. Now it says, this is the finish screen. Of course, if you did this, it would just be like a straight copy of your files to the backup files. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is schedule it. Have it run every day. That way we don't have to manually do it every time. So you're going to want to click on this Advanced button here and ask you what type of backup you'd like to do. For our purposes, we're going to choose a daily backup. Some of the other options there are more involved backups or lots of data that changes frequently. Daily is good for us. Choose Next. This is just, it asks you if you want to append this data or replace your existing backups. We're going to choose Replace, because every time it backs up, it should be backing up the most recent, the best version of what we want. And now it's going to ask when you want to run it. We're going to choose Later. Give it a job name. We'll call it Personal File Backup. And then there's a button here that says Set Schedule. Click on that. and we're going to choose a daily schedule, and then you're going to need to choose a time to do it. A good time to do it is when you're not going to be on the computer changing your files. So a time when you're asleep is probably best. I'm usually asleep at midnight, so I'm going to choose 12 a.m. It's already set to do every day, and so I'm good. Choose OK. It's going to ask for my password. You're going to need to put in the password for your computer. If it's your own personal computer, it should just be what you log in with every day. If you don't know the password, you're going to have to talk to the person that owns the computer or who runs your network. But I know my password, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Just give it a second here. And now that this is set, it's going to ask for your password one more time just to make sure that the schedule is correct. Hit that, enter that in again, and now we're up to finish. And once you click that, it'll automatically start backing up your files every night at midnight. It's going to back it up into an archive file, which is something you can't just open up and look at. You're going to need to bring that back using this same wizard, using restore. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we go back into the same wizard, the backup wizard that I showed you before. And instead, on that next screen where it says backup or restore, you're going to want to choose restore this time and go to next. Now it's going to actually find your backups on its own. It knows, how to look for that certain file. So basically it's your job to tell it which one you want to bring back and where you want it to go. So if you click through here, you can find the exact spot that you originally copied it from, in which case it was my gym folder under my documents. If you do next, and then files that you can actually open and look at yourself and use again. There's some things you're going to want to remember. First of all, make sure you have enough space on whatever backup method you choose. The process will fail if you don't have enough space. Secondly, make sure all your files are together in one spot. It's going to make it a lot easier to find them and set them up to be scheduled for backup. And then finally, make sure you know how to recover. If you don't know how to recover the archive file from your flash drive, and it's as simple as using the restore option in the wizard, if you don't know how to do that, you're not going to be able to read your data. And that's it. Thank you.